Hey YouTube. I just wanted to tell you a little story that just happened. In my last video, I told you I had to run some errands and stuff, and this was just too good to keep for myself, so I just got to share it with y'all. Um, Before I get started, though, I got a letter from this wonderful sweetheart on here, and her name is Susan. And at the end of her letter, she wrote me this, and it is so true. And it said, and it's in reference to doing your videos and everything and telling your story and stuff. And she says, remember, it's all for those out there being smashed up against the rocks and left for dead on the sand. And it is so true. I mean, if you if you've got a good story for the Lord to tell and you're not telling that story, then I'm sorry to put it this way, but you're really being selfish, and it's because you're thinking about what other people might think of you when all reality there might be somebody out there that you could help. They may be on the verge of a suicide, and maybe your story is the only one that's going to get through to this person. So it's really vitally important that you do get your story out and tell your story. And time is running out. The Lord is coming. I mean, the minutes and hours are just ticking away. You ain't got too much time to get all this done. Excuse me. But I wanted to share with you what happened at the grocery store. I got in line to check out and everything, and there was this gentleman that was behind me, and he had a beer in his hand. And so I turned around and I looked at him, and I had a few things in my shopping cart, and I never pass up the opportunity to be kind to somebody. And he looked like he was like three sheets to the wind, but even still, you never pass up the opportunity to be nice. And so what I did was I asked him, I said, "You want to go ahead and go in front of me?" And he says, "Yeah, sure." He says, "Well, thanks a lot." And as he's stepping up by the register, I looked down, and there's an elderly woman that checked out just right before he got up there, and she had lost $5 on the floor. And so I hurried up and I reached up there and I picked it up and I handed it over to the elderly lady. I says, "This yours? I think you dropped this." And she looked at me. She just smiled from ear to ear. And she says, "Yeah." She says, "Thank you, honey." And you could tell that she really appreciated that. And she really looked like, she didn't really look like she had all the money in the world. And everybody's just, I've got a line that's stacked up behind me, and these people that's in front of me and everything. And I mean, aha, there's an open door to tell a good story about the Lord. And I told him, I says, "You know what?" I said, "I'm a firm believer, and when I talk loud, because I want people to hear." And I said, "I'm a firm believer in what goes around comes around." I said, "I had this one particular time I was in the grocery store, and I'd been in there for like 35, 45 minutes, and I got up to pay for my groceries and everything, and I mean, I reached in my pocket to pull the money out, and I had $100 bill, and it was gone. And now I didn't have any idea right there at that time when I put my hand in my pocket where I lost the money, whether it was in the store or out of the store, or what had happened there. And so I said a prayer and I asked the Lord. I says, "Lord, I need you to show me where my money is and everything." I mean, the groceries are up there; they're already rung up and everything. And so the Lord put this image of the fruits or the bread stand in my mind. And so I walked back where the bread stand was, and I told the cashier before. I said, "I'll be right back." I said, "Just give me 5 minutes." And so everything was running up and still sitting there. And I walked back and walked right straight to the bread thing, looked on the floor, and there was my $100. I'm a firm believer in what goes around comes around. So, and everybody in that line, it gave me an opportunity to witness about the goodness of our Lord. He loves us. He's there for us. And, it was just awesome. Even the guy that, he looked like he was buzzing and everything, he was just like, wow, And so, with that, I had to share that with you. It was just awesome. All right, well, I'll talk to y'all soon.